So here we are at the start of our first conversation, and hopefully we'll be having a good few more over the next couple of weeks. But I'd love if you were open to maybe to share a little bit with me again, and maybe with each other.
My main reason for giving up smoking would be my job takes up a lot of my time, but I'm really passionate about it as well with helping animals. And I'm not married, or I don't have any children at the moment, and I focus a lot on my job. I would hate if anything happened to me health-wise in the future that I wasn't able to continue to do. I don't know at the moment kind of what approach I'm going to take to it. Maybe I might try willpower if I was able to do it before and stay off them for a couple of years. Maybe I can do it this time with a bit more gusto, I suppose, and stay off them.
I think ultimately everybody with the information that's out there at the minute, health is the main issue for a lot of people. I know just for me personally, the whole psychological aspect, I've really thought about it. And you know, as the old saying goes, it's easy to give up smoking. I've given up thousands of times, which I have. But there's always a few little triggers, whether it be an event coming up where maybe you're going to have a few drinks. That definitely be my downfall. It's only really the last year where I've really started to feel the effects of smoking, and I know that it's doing damage to me and my health. Yeah, I think the last 2 years, it's constantly in the back of my mind. Like, I'd like to think that I have a strong personality and a strong mind. And if I don't do it this time, like, I'm really questioning my own willpower.
Then of course you're telling yourself, Asher, I'll give up Monday. Then that doesn't happen. Then you say, I'll try again next Monday. And it just snowballs and snowballs. And before you know it, a year has gone by, and another year has gone by, and another year has gone by. Well, for me, like, I'm doing this now because my kids are really disgusted with me, you know, for smoke, because they seen their granddad, or as they called him, Gaga, passed away from throat cancer 2 years ago. Like, I want to be able to, when I get to 60, be able to be still running around with, you know, possibly maybe my own grandkids, like, you know. You know.
And Emma, what do you think as you're listening to the others talking?
But I'll be doing it for my children as well to give up, because it's too much.
For me, it's breaking away from the whole addiction part of it, and to stop telling myself that I actually enjoy this habit. Because why else would you do it if you didn't enjoy it? I just come back from holidays, and like, I normally wouldn't smoke around my kids, but on holidays they did see me, because we might be out and about, and I'd cigarettes and a lighter on the table, and my 2.5-year-old come up and said, Daddy, can I have a cigarette, because I'm the best girl in the whole wide world. As if it was something that she wanted and I wouldn't give it to her. And my wife looked at me and looked at my 2.5-year-old and, like, you know, just shrugged her shoulders. So
there'd be times I'd be like, right, I really need to give up because it disgusts me. So I might have one before I go to bed. But then if I'm stressed, that's all I do is drink coffee and smoke cigarettes.
So what could you do instead when you're stressed then?
I'm going to bring my chihuahua for a walk. Yes, that's what I'm hoping. Maybe exercise will replace it, and then because I'll see myself maybe getting fitter and, you know, not feeling the effects of the cigarettes, that maybe that might be enough motivation in itself as well to give up.
I find when if I'm busy with my hands, I'm not looking for a cigarette. In some ways I'm lucky in the sense that I work on a golf course, so, you know, when you're cutting fairways or cutting greens or whatever I'm doing on the golf, you can kind of smoke as you're driving, you know.
One thing I probably could do is, I have colleagues that work with me as well, but they work in different counties, so I think maybe that might be something that would help me. If I feel like I'm on a long journey, I really want one, pick up the phone and ring one of the guys.
Have you got 3 pieces of advice for yourself?
Don't drink coffee, don't drink wine, and probably have a cigarette packet at the end of my bag, 1 or 2, because I find if I'm giving up smoking, like you say, you throw yours away, but if I leave, say, 2 in my drawer in my bedroom, it's not that I can't have them, it's that I'm choosing not to have them.
One would be not to be idle.
Okay.
To keep busy. After looking at me, as I said, my father-in-law, you know, that's a good enough reason, and the kids as well. You know, just their faces, if they smell smoke on me or anything. They actually, my oldest girl, Holly, she's like nearly 16, she won't. And if I go in and give her a hug after work or something, or she's coming in from school, she go, God, she's kind of, you know, and you're going, oh crap. Well, the third one would be, I suppose, with the taekwondo and training and things like that, that would motivate me to stay off them as well.
I suppose, as well as my job and everything like that, I suppose I am doing it for my family as well, me as well first, but to kind of, I know that I can do it. I did it before I stopped, and I know I can do it this time again. I don't eat breakfast in the morning, so maybe instead of that cigarette that I'm having, actually eat something. Especially with the work that I do in the office at home, I'd have a few quotes up, animal welfare quotes and stuff like that. So even something, a quote along those lines, a motivational quote or something that's on my phone or even my work phone or something, that every time I pick it up and I can see that, and it will, I suppose, just reinforce us, you know, just keep going.
Be strong.
Be strong.
Feel the benefits every day. Think of the long-term effects, I suppose, not just for me but for my family and friends as well.
So a lot of those things that when you're making changes can hold you back, in this case, are actually going to be the opposite. They're going to be things that will help you. But the three core ones which come into play are motivation, self-belief and fear. So you've spoken about what your motivations are. The fear is the not being well, which is kind of coming into it. But I suppose the last one is the self-belief. So I suppose as we sit and talk and you hear each other talking and you hear yourself speaking out loud, do you believe that you can do this?
I will be off them by the end of the 4 weeks.
I will believe that I will be off them. I really don't know. I suppose my children's reaction would be what would make me the proudest.